Hi guys, my name's Doug. Welcome to my messy garage. In today's video we're going to continue working on Project Pontoon boat. We've got a few little electrical odds and ends that need to be sorted out. Continuing the project from the last video where we hooked up the washdown pump. Follow along. Hopefully you enjoy this one. Thanks for watching. Under the deck here you can see a nav light is mounted. It's nice tucked up under the way. This is an older style nav light. I believe it's probably got an incandescent bulb in it. The wiring runs up through the top here and across to the other side. Likewise, there's a green light over on the other side. I've got new wire run up to the green light, but what I want to do today is run another stretch of wire across to this light and re-terminate both so that they're hooked up to the new wiring that we've got done. Also, when I first saw ads for this boat, it had a set of docking lights mounted. I believe they were mounted in these holes here. Looking over on the other side of the boat, looks like the boat gave up a little bit of fight as someone tried to take off the docking light. I'm thinking I would like to mount an LED docking light on this front aluminum rail and also over on the other side. I have some aux beam LED dual purpose lights, or a area light and a spotlight, and I was originally going to mount them on my snow machine, but I don't think they're a good fit. But I think they would work quite well as docking lights on this boat. So I think we'll add those in, and that's what the second wire here is for. This is the green nav light, and we'll just snip off the cable here. And likewise snip off the cable that runs back to the console. Unfortunately, I didn't pay super close attention to which wire is which. I believe this is the nav light and this is the docking light, because this has some additional dirt on it that's been installed for a few weeks. But what I'm going to do to make sure is I'm going to turn on the power to the nav light, and then we'll put a multi-tester on it and make sure. We'll try a test light first. So we've got a light, so this is actually our nav light. And we'll double check here just to be sure, and there's no power, so therefore that is our anchor light. Brought the fancy label machine home with me so we can label these up correctly. And here's our nice little nav light label. We'll put that on the wire far enough back that we won't be clipping it off as we do this install. This is our cross wire that's going to run over to the light on the other side. And we will clip the nav light off right about there. This is going to be a little bit tricky because we've got what amounts to essentially 3 wires that have to go into a two-way coupler. We'll use the heat shrink style connectors, and we'll do the same thing we did back at the washdown pump. We'll put a little bit of the glued heat shrink where we've stripped back the insulation. And of course the pigtails are getting a little short on these lights. But the good news is we've got nice clean copper wire. Now, because this is an incandescent style lamp instead of an LED style lamp, polarity isn't all that critical. There's no obvious difference in the color between the two different conductors. I've stripped this back a little bit further than I probably normally would, but I've done that so that we can give them a little bit of a twist together, and we'll see if they fit in this blue connector. If they don't, I have some yellow ones. They fit quite nicely. Here's the aux beam LED that I plan on using on the front of the boat as a docking light. Not necessarily a marine grade piece of equipment, but it is designed for use on ATVs, UTVs, snowmobiles, that kind of thing, so it should be fairly ruggedized. What we have here is we've got our kind of our spotlight portion of it, and then we've got a side kind of diffuse light that lights up your side angles a little bit. And the way this mounts, this bracket here allows you to aim your up and down, and it will bolt to the front of the boat. They provide not a bolt to do this with, but I'm not sure if that's stainless or just chrome plated, and I would prefer to use the stainless hardware that I already have that I know is good stuff. Initially I was thinking of mounting the aux beam lights here. That should clear these bunks at all times, shouldn't be a problem there. However, if I put them essentially in line with the original ones, this strap will be getting moved back down to this tab before too long anyways, so that's not going to be a problem. If we line them up with the center of the top of the pontoon, the advantage to that is that the light will shine down towards the water a little bit and should help light up the trailer whenever I am trying to line this up at dusk with the trailer bunks. So something like that right there. So take the square, line it up with the top of the pontoon. And this is almost 3 inches here. So we'll just kind of split the difference and put a mark at 1.5 inches. And I'm using a nylock nut and a flat washer. Good and solid, and make sure that the threads are extending through the nylock and behind so that it takes a good bite. Point the lights just ever so slightly down. We don't really want them running off into infinity. There we are, that looks good. Well guys, we are getting close to losing some weather here. Bit of a thunderstorm rolling in, although I'm under the deck, so a few sprinkles isn't going to cause any problems. What I'm doing under here is I want to come up with a way to secure these wires that I've run. This is the wire that runs to the washdown pump. The live well pump I've got relatively secured where I want it for now. At the front we've got the wires that run to the nav lights, but as you can see that is going to need a little bit of tidying up. I want to make sure that these are secured up in place so they don't fall down as they're going down the lake and get ripped off and cause all sorts of peculiar electrical issues. I'd like to put some split loom on these cables to protect them, keep them from rubbing on the end brackets here, and keep everything together nice and neat and tidy. So let me set you up on the monopod, and I will start stringing out some split loom to cover these wires up, and then we'll see if we can do something about the wiring up at the front there. And in case people aren't aware, split loom is just this PVC corrugated wrapping, and it's got a split down it that you insert the cables onto. Let me feed this through, and then we'll come along and snap it over the cables that we want to protect. So I've got a little wire retainer in here, a little nylon P-clamp, and unfortunately, while I'd love to put it on this back wall, I can't get a drill in there. I have an angle drill, but it wouldn't fit into this rather tight space very well. So we have to go up through the bottom put the P-clamp in, put a little thin metal washer on there, and then pull the rivet. Make sure that we're not going to drill up into anything. Drill it out to 3/16. No burr on the backside, no burr on the front. Take the nylon P-clamp. Slide it over the wire. Push the rivet into the riveter. Take the little washer. Slip the washer down over top of the rivet and squeeze. There we are. The wire is nicely secured now. Now I just need to repeat that where the wires come across the front of the boat, and then we'll pretty much have this job finished. I managed to find another piece of marine grade wire. So I have the docking lights all hooked up. And as you can see, I've got more P-clamps or L clamps or whatever you want to call them, retaining the wires up underneath here. Looking in this area, you can see some sharp edges that the wire could get a little bit abraded on, and I think I'd like to put some more split loom on that. I don't have any that is the appropriate size at the moment, so you'll have to trust me when I say that I'll get that done. Anyways, I think we're going to end this one here. This has been a pretty successful little project. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll catch you in the next mess.